Hey guys, welcome back to Bixby's Beer Reviews. So happy to see you here again. Today we're going to continue our exploration of that hashtag Next5 series of hops. Those are the hops that you see a lot in today's hazies, but maybe play more of a supporting role. They don't get all the hype or the single hop treatment that some of their more famous cousins do. So we're going to continue today looking at Vic Secret hops. So to do that, we're going to be checking out a Vic Secret forward beer from the folks at New Anthem Brewing down at the beach in Wilmington, North Carolina. That's a brewery we haven't had on the BBR before, and we're checking out Hooked Up in Stiches. This is an imposing, let's say, triple New England IPA, comes in at 9.7%, and it's the first beer we've had, I think, that uses 4 hops very aggressively. So we're really getting out there into the wilds today, checking out a very imposing and complex beer. Hooked Up in Stiches uses Strata, Citra, and Simcoe in its boil and its whirlpool, but it's aggressively dry hopped with Vic Secret. So it features Vic Secret on the aroma. So a lot going on here, a lot to unpack. Let's crack it open, take a look. So maybe the single most important thing to know about Vic Secret as a hop is that when you get down to it, it's basically a more chill version of its cousin Galaxy. It has some very, very similar hop characteristics to it, but not nearly as imposing. So you'll rarely see it carry a beer as a single hop, but you'll often see it at a supporting role because it has more potential to integrate other flavors that work well, as opposed to Galaxy, which can often overpower things. Anyways, we're talking about that because we have here the classic New England IPA appearance, pretty much always the same, although you'll notice extra fluffy head here. You like to see that. So that's what it looks like. Let's give it a smell. This has a imposing and very complex aroma. This may be the heftiest beer that we've tried so far. So right off the bat, what you notice is it has an almost fruit candy-ish quality. There's a very, very rich kind of orangey aroma, but then it quickly goes much deeper to a sort of grapefruit, passion fruit, and dank melon type area. So you're seeing Citra and Strata work there, but it's really pulling at more of the kind of sour fruit flavors, almost like a kind of Jolly Rancherish type deal where you get also a bit of pineapple too. Very lush, very tropical, but ultimately I'd say sour fruit aromas, but in a candy-ish way, not in an aggressively sour way. So a very interesting heady aroma. Let's go ahead and give it a taste. So if the aroma was complex, the flavor is even more robust. You notice, I would say that all 3 of the hops that are not in the dry hop, which is to say the Citra, the Simcoe, and the Strata, each play up very, very well in the flavor. So you get that same sort of sour grapefruit, almost rindy grapefruit, which I think is coming from the Citra. There's a very, very pronounced dank passion fruit flavor too, which is high on the Strata. And then as opposed to the more fruity aroma, this really goes to an almost herbal kind of piney place towards the finish. It's not a bitter finish, but it's that let's say kind of woody flavor that Simcoe often highlights when it's used on its own. And what you'll notice is I think that those 3 hops play up. I haven't mentioned Vic Secret, and I think that's because the reason they play so well and so distinctly in this very big, very complex beer is Vic Secret. If you have had Vic Secret on its own in a single hop beer, you'll notice, like I said, it's like Galaxy, but it's a lot more chill, and so you get the same pineapple and grapefruit flavors that brings out. But what you'll also notice is it does have a little bit more of a woody herbal note as opposed to the more tropical sweetness of Galaxy. And so I think that's exactly what it's doing here, is it's using that woody note to go with its pineapple and its grapefruit flavors to bring the intense flavors of those other 3 bigger hops all to the fore and allow them to integrate very well in a way that you can both notice each flavor and in a way that ultimately I think is more than the sum of its parts. So Vic Secret doing yeoman's work here, even as it sort of doesn't really feature any of its own distinct flavors the most. All in all, a very interesting beer. If you're looking at very complex beers, by which I mean beers that are more than 8% ABV, beers that are using more than 3 hops or more than 4 hops. Seeing Vic Secret in there can often be a sign that you're going to get a better integration of the types of flavors that Vic Secret highlights, which is to say piney flavors, pineapple flavors, grapefruit flavors, and even some little bit more dank tropical flavors. So a very, very useful hop, a great hop for some of these big, heavy hazies that you're increasingly seeing out there. And New Anthem here has used it to tremendous effect to again get a really wonderful integration of citrus, tropical, and pine flavors all in a single hazy beer without it becoming just sort of a soupy morass of indistinguishable hop flavors. So very much enjoyed checking out this beer with you here today. Hopefully you'll join me again next week. As always, like, share, and subscribe. Comment with any beers that you'd like to see me review. Until then, look forward to seeing you next time. Bye now.